Moyes is signing a new contract at West Ham. He's going to stay for 3 more seasons. He's chosen those cheeky, crafty cockneys. Yes, he doesn't want to be a Scouser anymore. He's claret and blue. Cut him open and he bleeds pie and mash. Apologies, I found a new filter on the... I just wanted to play around with it anyway. But that is, I don't know if it's breaking news. The news broke last night. I'm quite happy to be doing an update video less than 20 hours before I did my last video, saying I was very worried that David Moyes was off ski, that he'd be tempted by Everton. It's the Telegraph. The Telegraph have, I think, have run with the story. They've broken the story. I think the club are leakingly confirming that that is the case. And he's going to sign a new deal Friday, which is tomorrow. So I will wait until Friday before doing this video. So today, he is going to sign a new deal, apparently 3-year deal, as the posh gentleman at the start of the video referred to it. And this is great news. This is absolutely great news. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. I've gone from, well, not a roller coaster, more of a slide, really, to be fair. It hasn't been that many ups and downs. I was very, very confident, I was very calm, I was very relaxed, and then I basically got a little bit worried, but it's fine again now. I think Bill Kenwright did want him reading between the lines, but I think Farhad Mashiri, who's the Everton owner, wields all the power, as we've discussed. He's decided he wants to look elsewhere. And reading between the lines, the news that the talks broke down between Crystal Palace and Nuno was, I think, was probably... the writing was possibly on the wall then. But I like to think it's not just that. I will like to think that it wasn't just the fact that Moyes wasn't the chosen one at Everton. I like to think that actually Moyes decided to stay at West Ham. He wanted to see the project through. And I refer back to one of my previous Moyes videos. Who knows? I've done so many. But I said that hopefully found the project at West Ham alluring. That you have quite a short lifespan in terms of manager at the modern Everton, don't you? The Everton as it is now was not the Everton that he remembered, and I do think he's got far more of a chance of having a long stay at West Ham than he does Everton. I was laughing when people saying, don't go back, never return, but that's actually what he did at West Ham, wasn't it? He did actually come back. Don't go back, it never works. You're never as successful the second time around. Well, I mean, clearly David Moyes has blown that theory massively out of the water. And I'm really looking forward to what we're about to see and what we're about to find out. We can sort of relax into pre-season now. It had to be done. It had to be sorted out because he's going away to the European Championships, and not just the games that are in England, because he is a UEFA technical advisor. He's there to assess the games and write his technical reports and give the stuff back to UEFA. What they're for, I don't know, but he's working for UEFA during the European Championships. So that's... he's going to be a busy boy, really, isn't he? So he probably was just enjoying his holiday and you know, putting his feet up, sunning the old legs. So I bet they're very. I imagine David Moyes' legs are very pale. I'm thinking they're very, very pale, quite skinny legs. Probably not now. Probably muscly and tanned. But anyway, hopefully he's enjoyed that. I do hope that he has used this link with Everton to try and extract a couple of extra pennies into the transfer fund. That'd be really good. But now I'm looking forward to, I'm hoping, a series of good news now. And the first bit of good news I want to hear is Jesse Lingard. That's got to be the first bit of good news. But we know David Moyes wants him as his number one target, really. But as I said before, that only puts us as status quo. We're still inherently the same team as last season. But I want him to do that. And then if what he's decided he does want this centre-half, wants a centre-back, fine. If that's what he wants, I'm past sort of... I mean, I'm past criticising him in terms of... I think in the short term, I'm not. If I think he makes the wrong substitution after a review or something like that, then I'm sure we'll call it out or whatever the case may be. But actually, in the long-term strategy and planning, I'm done questioning him in many respects. Few too many times for me. I wasn't overly thrilled with the Dawson signing, it has to be said. He got that right, didn't he? Let's be perfectly honest with you. I wasn't overly thrilled with the Soufal signing when I heard that was coming in. That it turned out absolutely brilliant. Shows how much I know about that. And you know, and you start to look at some of the other players he's trying to bring in and what he wants to do, and namely Jesse Lingard. Because I was just looking at the Lingard situation in the in the winter window, thinking, why do we need an attacking midfielder? We don't need an attacking midfielder. We appear to have an abundance of them. But it may well have made the difference, you know. The 9 goals and the assists were probably crucial in us qualifying for Europe. And it was exactly what we needed. I didn't think so. Not many did. And he got that right. So you know what? If what David Moyes is doing, he knows he's on the training ground. If what he's decided is he wants a centre-half, fine. You know what? Moisey, the Royal Moistmaster. I don't even know what that means. Is Royal Moistness? No. Anyway, forget it. It's disgusting, really. Whatever he's deemed to be appropriate, then let's go with that. I'm more than happy with that, certainly. I'm also, you know, I'm going to put that same... Sorry, filthy now. I'm going to apply that same logic to the striker. If what he deems is the striker he wants is Tammy Abraham, not the one I would choose, granted, but if that's his first choice, who am I to argue? He seems to have got everything else right, and I get an awful lot of things wrong. So, fair enough. You know what? I'll absolutely get behind him. I just hope now we are seeing a load of good news, because that will be the cherry on the cake. Retaining him is massively important. It's crucial to our club. But actually, I don't want to... Remember the chase for Abire Eze. I don't want to see that again where he doesn't get his target. Actually, what I want is now for him to get Lingard, to get his centre-half, to get his striker. Actually, a series of good news, you know. And then I'll look at that and whatever other business we do after that. You know, good luck to everyone. Loans, freebies, whatever the case may be. Not a problem at all. But let's back the manager now. Let's get behind him. Let's make him not regret staying at West Ham. And I'm very hopeful that will be the case, certainly. We've got a lot of competition. It's not going to be easy. It would have been harder anyway, even without European football, because other clubs are getting better. I've mentioned Aston Villa in the last day or two. Other clubs are getting better. It's going to be harder anyway. We've also got European competition. I'd be amazed if we can finish 6th again. I mean, it's going to be difficult. But that's absolutely fine, you know. A run in Europe and top 10 is going to be an entertaining season as well. So that's absolutely fine. Also, it's really important. This is why we needed him to restructure the club. We need him to continue doing that, really, because the club's been crying out for it for quite a while. The club's been crying out for somebody to get hold of all the departments and run it in the way it needs to be run. And you need a figurehead who is sort of omnipotent and is allowed to do what he wants. It's the old style manager. As I said, it's the way Fergie managed, the way Wenger managed. It's the way everybody managed up until probably about 15 years ago, when people started becoming head coaches and different departments were delegated. So, you know, the coach had very little to do with the fitness department, the scouting department, all of that sort of stuff. They were all sort of compartmentalised, and that's not... David Moyes is an old-style manager, so let's run it as one. Bearing in mind we don't have all of those things, just let the guy manage, let the guy run it. Give him his legs, so to speak, skinny legs, the old pale white skinny legs. Give him his pale white skinny Scottish legs. They are very Scottish, of course. I'm delighted. I think this is absolutely great news, and I hope I'm not doing another video later on today or tomorrow saying he's going to Everton, but I'm confident enough to be releasing this video and putting it out there now. Good news, great news, happy news, happy days, really. There should be a lot more news, a lot more West Ham news to come now, because how are we going to... It's so difficult for people to sign, for Lingard to sign West Ham when David Moyes hasn't. Pearce alluded to it, and that was just Stuart Pearce saying, I can't sign until Moyes has. And if Pearce ain't able to sign, then how can anybody else sign? That's not just new players coming in, it's players we currently have. Even someone like Declan Rice probably thinking, well, hold on a second, if Moyes ain't there this season, do I want to be around? I don't know. I'm speaking for him. That's my opinion. He might not, but the players are going to want the stability. There's a good core group there. There's a great camaraderie. The coaching team are a massive part of it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm already looking forward to next season. We've got the Euros first, of course, and we're going to be covering loads of that on Hammers Chat. I'll be back later on, and let's be fair, we're going to have some transfer news soon. Hopefully, fingers crossed.